You guys, I didn't know this until this actual second. Leo, this, are you lying to me? This is your first ever, not just U.S., but first interview, period.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. We had to come here for the first time.
What's going through your mind right now? Like, are you relaxed? Are you stressed? Like I'm going to ask something crazy? Or what are you thinking?
I think I think it's normal to be nervous, but I think you're making like the atmosphere like pretty relaxing right now.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, Leo's here. Of course, he is performing at our Kiss FM K-pop Village stage at KCON.
Yeah.
And hey, before I get into all that stuff, what inspired you to become an artist? I mean, you could have done anything. You could have become a doctor. You could have become I don't know, worked in an office somewhere.
Yeah.
A veterinarian. Why that comes to mind, I don't know. What made you want to be an artist?
I think I think the biggest thing was like those jobs you just mentioned, right? Like I could never like imagine myself doing those jobs. And like I've always been surrounded by music ever since I was like really young.
Right.
And I think it was just I don't know, I've never put too much thought into it, but it's always been a very like natural thing. Just having it around me all the time and there's never been like any other option for me. So I think it's just yeah.
Like family just playing music, or
It
were
was
they
always
musicians
playing
as
around.
well?
Yeah, it was always playing around the house, and they always like made me like play different instruments, and so I think that's how I got into it.
What all do you play? Instruments.
I'm not like that good, but I think I think what got me into music was the drums actually. Um, I started playing when I was like 9, I think, and I played for quite a few years actually. And I think that kind of got me into music in general.
Well, it's carried you to here, and
Yeah.
here we go, man. First U.S. performance at our Kiss FM K-pop Village at KCON.
Yeah.
How excited are you for this performance?
Oh, so excited. Obviously it's my first performance and to have it here in the States and in LA is such a dream come true and yeah, it's a blessing.
How long you been rehearsing for this? Must have
Uh,
been like crazy nonstop. I'm guessing, right?
yeah. Been preparing hard. Obviously it's a performance that I want to do well in.
Right.
Obviously I want to do well in every performance, but this being the first performance makes it all the more important for me. And yeah, I've been preparing really hard for it.
And how excited are you to see your fans in LA? Because your training days, your trainee days.
Yeah.
A lot of people have followed you, including my daughter standing behind me from day one. How excited are you to see these fans among other new fans?
Oh man, I think I'm looking forward to it more than they are actually.
Right.
I've been waiting a long time for this moment, and hopefully a lot of people have too. And just to be able to see them as an officially like debut like musician, I think is such a special moment, and hopefully they'll enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine they would. Been to L. We were talking kind of in the hallway in the little green
Yeah.
room over there.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, why are green rooms never green? I don't know.
I know.
Why that,
I was
that never makes
expecting
sense.
a green room, and it's all white.
It's like we need to paint that thing. You've been to LA just a couple of times, or not many times to LA, right?
Yeah, I've only actually been here once before. It was last year, but yeah.
Have you done anything cool this time or last
Um,
time? Anything stand out? Any food? Any favorite foods? Anything like that?
like one thing that stands out is it was probably like our first meal when we came here. It was it's a bit cliche, but we had In and Out,
Dude. I was going to tell you, it's kind of a thing. You have to go.
Yeah, it is.
And I would say it's an LA thing, although In and
Yeah.
Out has spread to different parts of the U.S. But
Yeah,
we consider it an LA thing.
it has to be.
And what'd you think? Did you?
Man, we actually went because one of my one of my crew members like really was like obsessed with In and Out. So I was like, I didn't really have too much thought at the time, but yeah, trying it out, I think it was worth all the hype for me.
Yeah, whoever it was that told you one of your crew,
Mm.
they're a good person, because that's In and Out is. I just love it.
You're an amazing person.
There he is, right there. Look at that smiling face. Did you visit Hollywood at all? Have you guys run through Hollywood?
Do we go to Hollywood? I'm actually like kind of new to the area, so I'm not really sure like where is where. I
Right.
think we might have gone past it, but
If people, when they visit Hollywood, because Hollywood is Hollywood,
yeah.
And when you go through, you're like, God, that's Hollywood. So I'd be curious your
Yeah,
take on
yeah.
it. All right, this new track, One Look.
Yeah.
Safe to say this track, I mean, this is the understatement of the day. This track is the beginning of a new era for you, right?
Yeah, I hope so. It's definitely. I hope it marks the start of a new beginning, and Um, yeah, I think it's exactly what you said.
What is the meaning behind? Like, describe what One Look is all about. What does this track mean to you? What's it all about?
I think just I I think it was a it's a song that I hope many people relate to in a sense. It's about just seeing someone for the first time and kind of like, them grabbing your attention. And uh I think I try to, like have my personality like fit in the song as well.
Right.
Like at the start it's like there's someone like, it could be a girl, it could be whoever, right? They just catch your attention and you don't know what to do. And then in the chorus it's like one look, like all it takes is one look from them.
Right.
And it's like all your thoughts are gone. And it's like, yeah.
And you work with Stereotypes,
Yeah.
which is, if you guys don't know, a Grammy-winning production team,
Yeah.
artist and whatnot. I think they work with Bruno and Bieber, among other people.
Yeah.
Any interesting or funny behind-the-scenes moments working with Stereotypes or in the studio?
Actually we didn't have time this time around to be in the studio with them.
So back and forth emailing and whatnot?
Yeah. It was a long process actually, but I think that in itself was very interesting because it's like a first time for me collaborating with other producers and like other musicians making a song. So I think just that whole process of emailing back and forth, I'm like, nah, this is like, let's change this. like like the whole process was very, very interesting and fun and new to me.
So you haven't met them in person yet?
No, not yet, but I think we see them in a few days actually.
That I find that process so crazy. It's just because you create this music, and you're not the first person I've talked to that's done that. Like you don't meet until the video shoot. A lot of people, it's like, oh my god, that's when you meet somebody in person, like, oh, you're taller, you're shorter than I thought you were. It's one of those weird things.
Yeah.
Are you working on an album or an EP, or is that all top secret and you can't say anything?
Obviously
blink once if it's.
But without disclosing too much, obviously I'm always working on new stuff, and obviously the goal is to always put out a bigger project, whether that be an EP or an album. I'm not 100% sure what it's going to be, but obviously always working on new music, and there'll definitely be a project out sooner rather than later.
Any dream collabs? That's a standard question, I guess, but is there somebody you're trying to, like, oh, I need so and so on? It's your album. The album doesn't revolve around collabs. But is there somebody you would love to have on the album?
I think if we're talking dream collab, I think it'll probably have to be like an artist that is like kind of does this like a similar music to me. I think I'm very into R&B, and I love the R&B scene here in America and even in like Canada. So if I had to choose, I'd probably pick. I love Party Next Door. Amazing R&B artist.
Right.
I love Ryan Trey. He's an American R&B artist. Bryson Tiller, Jordan Ward. They're all really dope artists, and they're all kind of in like the R&B scene, and they're all artists that I really respect and love. So those would probably be dream collabs for me for sure.
So if you guys hear that, maybe we can get you guys on the album. Putting that out there. Hey, probably too early to talk about this because you're just coming up on your first performance ever in the U.S. here. But are you in the back of your head, or maybe you guys are having active tour talk conversation? Anything to do with tour dates, Leo? Possibly.
Possibly. I think it's very, like you said, it's very early days to be talking about touring. Obviously, it's going to be my first performance right now, but yeah, obviously I'd love to go to as many cities as possible, and yeah, definitely in the future for sure.
Tour life, I hear, is just crazy. Some artists, here's what I hear, and I've talked to so many. When you're on the road, man, I want to go back home.
Oh, right.
When you're at home, I want to go on the road. So it's like really? this thing, So,
right.
But the rush of being on stage, as you know, is just it's just so exciting.
Wow.
So that's the rub, All right, here's something that has nothing to do with you, nothing to do with music, but I am Leo.
Yeah.
I am obsessed with the paranormal. Ghosts,
really?
UFOs. Yeah. I've got a podcast called Paranormalish. I mean, I'm off the deep end.
Wow.
Have you ever? So here's my question: have you ever had anything you would consider a paranormal encounter?
Ooh. Paranormal encounter. I don't think I have a particular like memory in mind.
Right.
But that like haunts me to this day. But,
maybe that's good.
I think so, yeah. But I do get scared a lot. So I think whenever I'm just like in a dark alley or even like like when you're downstairs and like you're the only one left and you have to go back upstairs, you have to put the light off.
Yep.
Yeah, I think.
Then you run upstairs
Yeah,
screaming
yeah.
for your life.
Yep.
All right, let me put this out there. You're gonna at some point you're gonna do this tour.
Yeah.
Whenever it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, one of these hotels, beautiful hotels, are gonna have a room that has a history to it. Don't stay in room 314.
Yeah.
Look out for the 7th floor. That kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Would you be willing to stay in one of those haunted rooms and report back to me what happens, assuming you survive? Would that be something you would ever consider?
Ooh.
Everybody tells me no, just to let you know.
I'll say yes.
Okay. So if you ever have one of these, and I'll check back in with you, because a lot of artists, when you visit these hotels, sometimes you'd be Conan Gray. We were talking about Conan Gray had an experience up in I think it was Stockholm. So that's my request to you.
Okay.
Stay in a haunted room.
I'll get back to you.
All right. Goals. What's your goals for the remainder of this year and 2024? What are you hoping to achieve next couple of months in the next year?
I think just for the end of this year, obviously now, because I'm only just starting. Just getting off to a good start. I think is probably the biggest goal for the rest of this year. Just having a smooth,
getting things going.
Yeah. I think next year would probably just be the biggest goal for me is just to release an album that I can be proud of and my supporters can wholeheartedly love. I think that's probably the number one goal for me, and it'd be good to tour as well. But I think it's early days to talk about that now. But so yeah.
Well, you know what? Yeah, early days on that, but it's coming, and you got your future's crazy, dude.
Oh,
I mean, I'm excited for you.
Man.
Final question, message to your fans.
Yeah. Damn, where do I start? Yeah, just so thankful. I don't know how to put it into words actually, but I think there's quite a few people who've waited quite a period of time, and for that I'm so grateful and cannot wait to show them what music I've been making, and yeah, just very grateful for for those who've stuck by my side, and yeah, cannot wait to meet them.
Well, Lee, it's great to meet you, man. Really cool to have you in the studio.
Oh, honor, man. Thank you.
At the end of every interview, fist bump to make it official. Give me a little
bow.